All right, we're going to learn the signs for sovereign over us today. And I'm really doing more signed English than ASL. So if you want to see an ASL, you might want to look at someone who's actually doing that for an audience. Whereas what I'm doing is congregational singing, where the deaf man at our church signs along with us, and English is his first language. So we're really doing more signed English. But it's a good way to learn a lot of signs and increase your vocabulary. So we usually leave out the little words and just do the main words or whatever words you have time for. Okay, so remember I'm left-handed, so you want to mirror image me if you're right-handed. All right, so there is a strength within the sorrow. Basically, we will just sign 3 of those words, strength within sorrow. So here's our strength. And remember, we'll focus more on words that we've not covered before and go faster through words that we have. So within, you can do the in, and then sorrow. It's like your face is falling and you want to look sorrowful. Okay. There is beauty in our tears. So we'll do beauty in our tears. So for beauty, you start like this, open up and come back and close. So in our, this is O-U-R, the flat hand is the possessive, remember. So we can have we, and we can have us, and we can have our. And some people just use a finger for all of those rather than differentiating them. Okay, so beauty in our tears. And you meet us in our mourning. So you meet, make sure you're just doing fingers and not a D, because D means date. Okay, so you meet us in our mourning. So, you know, you can do the us, in, our. I probably wouldn't do all that. You know, you could even just do the finger to represent both there. Our mourning. So with mourning, you could do sorrow again, but I don't really want to do sorrow twice in a row. So I'm going to do more like heart-wrenching for mourning. So you, over your heart, you just, it's just heart-wrenching. So our mourning with a love that casts out fear. You are working in our waiting. So you, this is working. Don't confuse it with make. All right, this is make. And don't confuse that with coffee. Okay, so that's making, but we're talking about working. So you are working in our, for waiting, it's kind of like this. You wiggle your fingers a little bit as you come down, waiting. So you are working in our waiting. For sanctifying us, I would say making us pure or making us holy. So making us pure. Okay, you don't have to circle. You can just go back and forward, or you can even go out flat if you want to. Okay, remember holy, we did that. For pure, I usually keep the P. So sanctifying is making us pure. When beyond our understanding. So remember when. For beyond, I would say past. Past our understanding. You're teaching us to trust. You're teaching us to trust. So you touch here and then grasp, cling, trust, cling. You're with us in the fire and the flood. You're with us in the fire. And for flood, you do water, and then the water rises. Now, sometimes in a song, due to the speed of the song, I often, instead of doing that as two separate motions, I kind of put the water and then do this at the same time, and that makes it a little bit faster, depending on the speed of the song. So you can do what you wish as far as that goes. You're with us in the fire and the flood, faithful forever. So remember faithful, you touch here, and then you come down with one F on top of the other and do it twice. So faithful. Some people will move out for the second one, faithful. I usually just do faithful because it's faster. Faithful forever. Perfect, you take P's and you do a little circle and you perfectly touch your middle fingers. Don't mess up and miss, okay? You want to make it perfect. All right, so faithful forever, perfect in love. You are sovereign. This is sovereign or ruling or control. This is two X's, and it's like you're controlling a marionette puppet. Okay, so you're sovereign over that puppet, and you are sovereign over us. Okay, you are wisdom unimagined. You are wisdom, take an X like this. Unimagined, I would say not imagined, and shake your head at the same time to affirm the not imagined. Who could understand your ways? So who, I'll leave out could, understand your ways. And I'm using W's for ways. Some people might just make a path without the initialization. Reigning, that's the same as sovereign. Reigning. High, that's an H. High, above the heavens. Reaching down in endless or forever grace. Grace. You're the lifter of the lowly. You're the lifter. I'm basically saying you lift the lowly. So I'm not going to do a lifter. I'm not going to do a person sign there. So you are the lifter of the lowly. That would be the humble. For compassionate, I'm going to do feel pity. Feel pity. And then kind. Sometimes I do compassionate and kind the same, but I want them to be two different words here. So feel pity and then kind. You surround. So take your dominant hand and surround your finger. You surround. And you, for uphold me, I'm going to do support. It's like one fist pushing up the other and supporting it. So you uphold me. And your promises, you say it and seal it. That's promise. Promise. Your promises are my different things you could do for delight here. You could do pleasure, or you could do happy. I'm going to do the touchy-feely finger and do like that, okay? So my delight, my delight. And make sure you look delighted and not sad. Okay, your plans are still, this is still or yet, still to prosper. For prosper, I'm using like success or famous, prosper, doing well. So I usually do it from the mouth and come up like that. I've also seen it done from here. I don't like that as well. Here. So that would be successful, prosper, that idea. You have not, for forgot, you swipe it out of your head. Whatever was there isn't there anymore, so you forgot. Okay, so you have not forgotten us. You're with us in the fire and the flood. Faithful forever, perfect in love, you are sovereign over us. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, the next part, and then after this part, it basically repeats what we've already done, so we just have one part left to go, really. Okay, so even what the enemy means for evil. So for the even what, I'm going to do like the no matter. No matter that the enemy, that's an opposite person. Opposite person is enemy. So no matter that the enemy means, and this is the sign for mean. It's like you just turn that. Okay, so even what the enemy means for evil, this is evil or Satan, you turn it. So this is, if you do X's, that's change. And if you have straight fingers, that's turn. And if you do R's, that's repent. Okay, so we're going to turn it. And remember, that's the same motion as become. Remember, become, whereas like this becomes this. Okay, so turn it. So you turn it. You could do the signs for 4R if you have time. 4 hour good. If you don't have time, just do the good. You turn it good. Okay, so the 4 hour is totally optional, whatever you want to do. You turn it for our good and for your glory. Okay, even in the valley, so we'll say no matter in the valley, take V's and make a valley. You are faithful. You're working. Again, we have 4 hour good. You can leave off the little words. You can always leave off the little words. Okay, and then you're working for our good and for your glory. Okay, and then we repeat that, and then it does your plans are still to prosper, etc. And so everything else is from the rest of the song is something that we've already covered. Now, when we do the music arrangement may be a little bit different than what we're going to be doing at church on Sunday. So the verses, some choruses may repeat differently, some lines may repeat differently or not at all, and but you'll have all the words. Okay, so we're ready to do practice to music in the next video.